What's up, everybody? This is Passion9, and today I want to talk about two games I've been playing a lot recently: Red Dead Redemption 2 and Doom 2016. Now, about the only thing these two games have in common is that they both involve a lot of shooting. But that's about it. One thing that especially makes them different, however, is pacing, which I want to talk about today. Good pacing in good games. Good games have good pacing. That's the way I see it. And lesser games have some not so good pacing. And that's where I want to talk about Red Dead Redemption 2, a game that, I'll go ahead and say it, for all its beautiful graphics, for as tight and well written as its narrative can be, I find it more exhausting than fun. And that is a big problem to have. And I think it's a problem that Doom shrugs entirely. Doom 2016, or as I like to call it, Doom 4, does not have this problem. Been playing it again recently. Never beat it before, so I thought now would be the time to finally come back and play some Doom. I called it Dune for a second. Doom! To play some Doom. Which, honestly, is better than I remember. This game is not only fun as hell to play, but it's also remarkably well paced. I think this is something that a lot of modern video games have been getting away from lately, is just good pacing, rock solid pacing, you know, where you can get in there and play a ton, and you can stop when you want to stop. You know, when you've had enough, you just stop. Doom is one of those incredible games that harks back to an era where, you know, you can go in, you can get a big burst of action and fun gameplay and feel like you're kicking ass. And within the span of, like, I don't know, 20 minutes, you could just stop playing. Hell, within the span of, like, 5 minutes sometimes, it feels like, you could stop playing. Because as long as you're not running around fighting monsters or whatever, I believe you can just sort of trust either the autosave or just save when you want to save. Better yet, in between each mission, there's a save and exit feature. So you can just save and exit or save and continue, which is something I've always liked in video games, is that sort of that level-like pacing where, okay, you beat this stage, stop here if you like, you know, you can save and just quit out, or you can keep playing. Red Dead Redemption 2, by comparison, has nothing like this. That game, you could start a mission, and sometimes that mission will segue into another mission. And it does this at times where you may be completely exhausted. You may feel like, okay, I've had my fill of Red Dead today. I think I've had enough. I think I've shot enough people and stole enough carriages or robbed enough trains. I think I'm going to stop now. And Red Dead 2 is like, oh, no, you don't. Even though there are no nearby threats, there's no enemies, and technically the coast is clear for you to just stop and save and quit right there. There should be nothing stopping you from doing it. Sometimes Red Dead 2 has other ideas. Sometimes it feels like until you hit a certain point, you are not allowed to stop playing. You are not allowed to just stop and quit and trust that your file is saved, because Red Dead 2 is not done with you. You may be done with it, but it's not done with you, and you have to keep playing anyway, which is just murderous when it comes to pacing. You know what I mean? When it comes to good pacing, there are too many times where I feel like that game is just holding my time hostage. It's just holding me down and telling me, nope, 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 you still gotta continue. Or you got this whole other place to shoot up, or you got this whole other thing you have to do where you have to go meet so-and-so, get back on your horse. No, damn it. Let me stop. Let me take a break. I've had enough. And I've gotten to a point in the game where, hell, not only did I do a crap ton of shooting and looting and all this other stuff, and then horse riding to another destination, just a whole lot of game going on. And I was like, okay, this is a good place to stop. But it also felt like where the game was going to end. It felt like the credits were going to roll. And I thought to myself, okay, I guess it can be a little indulgent here because this is clearly the end of the game. Except it's not the end of the game. Because then you have a whole nother sequence that pops up. Years pass, and the game is like, okay, this is where you're going to be now. This is the epilogue chapter. And I'm like, okay, good. Can I save here? Can I stop here now? It's been a big time jump playing as this other character. Surely I could stop and save here, right? No, you can't. You still have to go and meet up with so-and-so, get back on your horse, and go to this destination now. Game, I'm tired. I'm tired. Let me stop playing you for 5 freaking minutes. Or, I don't know, maybe a couple of hours. Let me stop. And do something else. It's never good when a game hijacks your time. You know what I mean? When it robs you of your time. Because no matter how good it is, even if it's like a really, really good game, and you know, Red Dead 2, I mean, it's not a bad game, but it's definitely not a game that I can play for as long a stretch as it sometimes wants me to play. And, you know, it doesn't help that, to begin with, it is kind of a cowboy simulator. It is a game that is very kind of slow and laboriously paced to begin with. Everything you do, from riding your horse somewhere to shooting or looting or whatever, takes a while. A little longer than your average, certainly longer than anything you do in Doom 2016. But that would have been fine if the game was at least better about letting you save when you want to save. My feeling is if there are no threats, if you're not engaged in combat, you should be able to save. Doom 2016 is like, nope, not gonna happen. You save when the game is ready for you to save, otherwise your save feature is locked. You can go into the menu screen and you'll actually see a lock symbol next to the save. You can't save until the game wants you to. There are times in that game, several times mind you, where I'm not engaged in combat, I'm just sitting there, ready to get on my horse or go wherever I have to go, and it doesn't let you save. It just doesn't. You have no options there. No consideration whatsoever for the player's time. Compare that to Doom 2016, or hell, even compare that to Death Stranding, which was also a slow-moving, simulation-style game. And even in that game, when there's no combat around and you're not in the middle of some sequence, you can just stop, have Sam rest, and save the game. You can save and quit anytime. So even that comparison, I feel, is unwarranted, because Death Stranding lets you do it. You know, that's one of the slowest AAA things out there right now. And it still lets you save anywhere. So you don't feel like you're being held captive by it. Now, Doom 2016, to me, however, is a beautiful example of what I wish more modern games had. You complete a mission, you can save and quit right there. Or continue. That's it. That's the game. To me, that's how you do it. That's how you pace a game. No action going on, no murdering and shooting shit up. Okay, you're at a peaceful moment, save the game. Boom. Done. No muss, no fuss. That, to me, is expert pacing. That's what more games should be paced like. So as much as I was praising Red Dead Redemption 2 in its early hours, I can honestly say one of that game's biggest problems, and maybe a problem that could be going on with more and more modern day games, uh, is bad pacing. Not being considerate of the player's time. You know? Let me get as much out of each sit down as I want to get out of it without holding me hostage, you know? Without holding my time captive. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying about that. You know, just wanted to make that comparison because Doom is fun and doesn't take up too much of my time. So, if you haven't checked that out in a while, I highly recommend it. It's great. Probably gonna buy Doom Eternal at some point afterwards because this game is freaking awesome. And it's much better to me than Red Dead Redemption 2, despite the amount of content in that game. I'm having more fun with this. I'll just say it. It doesn't make me feel like, you know, I have to commit hours and hours at a time. So anyway, that's all I've got for you today. Live for the passion. See y'all next time.